This is your prime time forecast for East Alabama and West Georgia from Dr. Don's Weather. Dr. Don's Weather is made possible by the Randolph County Commission, East Alabama Waste, Southern Auction Solutions, Genesis Weight Clinic, Jimmy Stevens Construction, Anchor Roofing, the Town of Wadley, Auction 431 South, the Salem Auction House and Bama Diesel Repair. From the Alpha Weather Center, powered by Fincher Fence, Estate Masters, Boondocks Barbecue and Creamery, Southern Union State Community College and the venue at 5 Points Farms, here's Dr. Don.
Well, happy New Year's Eve, East Alabama and West Georgia. Dr. Don in here with you for your prime time forecast for December 31st, 2024. Last time we will meet in the year 2024. Of course, today is New Year's Eve. It is also No Interruptions Day, so you want to chill out and just don't let anything interrupt your day today as we prepare for the new year. It's also Unlucky Day. Embrace your bad luck on Unlucky Day and turn it into an opportunity. Make a wish, cross your fingers, and look out for hidden blessings. They are there. Sometimes you have to look for them, though. And it's also National Champagne Day. You get ready for the stroke of midnight this evening. Thank you, Sonja Hollomon, for being a partner here on Dr. Don's Weather. Hunter Ben, Realty Services. Get in touch with Sonja at 678-778-3945. Let Sonja talk to you about your real estate adventure across the Randolph County area, and particularly up along the beautiful banks of the Lake Wedowee. Get your ducks in a row with Dukas. Jamie Dukas can handle your insurance needs for Alabama and Georgia. And here's the thing, folks, at least give Jamie an opportunity to see how much money he can save you. Doesn't cost you a dime. There's zero obligation. Jamie is honest. He's going to say, hey, look, I really can't do anything for you, or here's what I can do. I can put this back in your pocket, and in a lot of cases, he can increase your coverage. So get in touch with Jamie at 256-831-7770. You can also head to the top of the page here on Facebook or the bottom of the page on YouTube. You'll find a link to get in touch with Jamie Dukas. Let's talk about weather. And we've got a lot to cover this morning. Cold front moving through today, and that's what has held us in the clouds this morning. Actually had a few showers up here in northeast Georgia a couple of hours ago, but the clouds will be eroding as we go throughout the remainder of your morning, and by this afternoon, I think we're in the sunshine. And it's going to be a little bit breezy as we head into late afternoon and during the overnight hours as the cold front pushes through, and that's going to usher in some dry, cold air just in time for 2025. So it may be a little bit breezy tonight as you celebrate New Year's, and it's going to be on the cool side. Overnight lows will make it all the way into the low 20s by Friday and Saturday. And then on Sunday, our next storm system moves in. We'll have some showers, maybe even some rumbles of thunder. And if you're across North Alabama and North Georgia, there may be just enough cold air remaining in place to turn some of that into snow flurries across the northern counties of Alabama and Georgia. We'll watch that for you very closely as we get closer to the weekend. Don't expect any accumulation, and I do not anticipate any of that to happen any further south than the I-20 corridor. And then here comes a major Arctic outbreak beginning January the 6th and probably continuing for at least a week, perhaps even 2 weeks. Now, folks, there's all kinds of stuff out there on social media about snowstorms and temperatures down into the single digits and a snowstorm for Disney World. Yeah, look, it's way, way too early. Those are not forecasts. I'm seeing folks actually posting this as a forecast. That is incorrect. These are not forecasts. These are individual runs of individual models that are horrible more than a couple of days in advance. So don't buy into all of that. What you have to look at this far in advance is overall trends with the models, and not just one in particular model. You have to look at all of them and see what the trend is in the extended period. And I will absolutely 100% buy into the fact that we are looking at a much colder trend as we head toward January 6th, and it could be an extended period of much colder temperatures, and it could be an outbreak to the severity that we typically don't see in the southeastern United States. So it could be a pretty significant cold weather outbreak. We don't have specifics. We can't tell you for certain exactly how cold and how long it's going to last. Now, if we have a cold period that lasts a week or two, then odds are pretty good there's going to be some moisture somewhere in the middle of all of that. So the odds of seeing snow somewhere across the southeastern United States are pretty high during that period. But exactly where that's going to happen and exactly how much that is going to be is absolutely impossible to tell you at this point. I mean, look, we very rarely get it right 24 hours in advance, much less a week or two in advance. So I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer for you snow lovers. I will agree 100% that I think there's a very good opportunity here for a decent snow across pretty much the entire state of Alabama and Georgia. But exactly when and exactly how much is just impossible to tell you that at this point. So it's fun to watch. It's fun to look at the models, but you folks don't buy into some of those outliers you see folks posting out there on social media. They want you to come click on their post, and they make money that way. So be real careful about all of that, and please don't consider anything you see in the next week as a forecast. A big, huge difference between model guidance and forecast. And these are not forecasts. These are tools that are used to create a weather forecast. We won't start forecasting snow if we get closer and it looks like it's going to happen. We will not start forecasting snow or snow amounts until at least 3 days in advance, and then it'll get changed multiple times before we get to that event. So keep all of this in mind. We shoot straight with you here on Dr. Don's Weather. We tell you the truth. We don't try to fluff things up to get you to click through. We're honest with you. And that's just the way we play it here on Dr. Don's Weather. So be sure that you stay weather aware as we head through the next several days. The one thing for sure, it is going to be brutally cold. So you can start pretty much preparing for that. You want to make sure your pipes are taken care of. You want to make sure your pets are taken care of. And you want to make sure people are taken care of. It's the 3 Ps: pipes, pets, and people. If you know someone who doesn't have adequate heat, you got at least a week now to, or about almost a week before this starts, to make sure that they're taken care of. Make sure you have a good, dry, warm place for your outdoor animals, and of course your water pipes. Folks, start taking those preparations today. You want to make sure they're insulated, make sure the wind can't get to them. It's not so much the cold temperature, it's the wind, combination of wind and cold that will freeze those water pipes. And then when they thaw out, you got a mess. Get the firewood ready. Make sure that if you heat with space heaters, you do not use an extension cord. That's a major no-no. And just all the things that you normally do when we get cold, now is the time to prepare for that possibility in about a week across the southeastern United States. So current conditions outside from the venue at 5 Points Farms in Chambers County, Alabama. We're looking at 59 degrees to start your New Year's Eve morning. Wind is out of the west-southwest at 2, gusting to 11. Humidity is at 95%. The barometric pressure, 29.84. Dew point is 58. High temperature yesterday, wow, look at that for December 30th. 68 degrees, almost 69 across the area. Monday was an absolute beautiful day. We have partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies this morning. That will give way to sunshine by the time we hit the noon hour. And sunrise this morning was at 6:45. The sun sets this evening at 4:45 p.m. Yeah, we'll become mostly sunny by this afternoon. 65 in Roanoke, 64 in Lineville. Carrollton hits 64. Alexander City will make it to 68. And Auburn tops out this afternoon at 69 degrees. 6-day forecast from the Alpha Weather Center. Jamie Dukas, your local Alpha agent, for today. Starting the day with clouds, giving away to sun by afternoon. 63 will be your high. Wind will pick up out of the northwest and be rather breezy this evening as you ring in the new year. Down to 49 for your overnight low, but now it may feel like it's 39 out there at times when that wind kicks up out of the northwest. For your New Year's Day, mostly sunny skies, maybe a few high-level clouds from time to time, but I think the sun will be prominent on your New Year's Day, 64 the high, down to 37 tomorrow night. Then on Thursday, we'll hit 54 for your afternoon high. Well, about 10 degrees cooler than what we've seen the last several days, down to 28 on Thursday night. And yeah, on Friday, we start to feel that cold air. 53 will be the high, down to 31 Friday night. Saturday, 52. 27, your overnight low Saturday night. And then the next storm system, which will start this whole Arctic outbreak mess, on Sunday will give you a 30% chance of rain in the afternoon. And then as the rain starts to pull away Sunday evening, we could see the rain change over to light snow or flurries, primarily across northeast Alabama and the North Georgia mountain region of the state of Georgia. I wouldn't expect that to come much further south than the I-59 corridor in Alabama, and probably not much further south than the Appalachian Mountains in Georgia. That'll be out of here pretty quick Sunday night. And then on Monday, that's when the really cold stuff starts. Now, we will get a lot more information today, and by tomorrow morning, we'll be able to start taking a look at this Arctic outbreak, and at least the first part of it. We should be able to start giving you some specifics beginning tomorrow morning, so be sure you join us early tomorrow morning for your primetime forecast here on Dr. Don's Weather. Looking at the Southern Union State Community College Live Doppler HD radar, you see that cloud deck stretching from the Carolinas down across portions of Georgia and then down into east and southeast Alabama. You can also notice that it's moving on off to the east. We'll take you in a little closer across east Alabama and west Georgia. And you can see that we still have clouds over most of east Alabama and west Georgia, though the sun's beginning to break out back over Clay County and northwest Coosa. That trend will continue as we get into your New Year's Eve afternoon. Well, that's it for 2024. It has been a rather quiet weather year across east Alabama and west Georgia. And I got to tell you, up until Saturday, that was the longest stretch of non-severe weather I think I've ever seen. Some meteorologists say that was the longest stretch in the last 40 years, and I pretty much believe that, as we didn't have anything, and that's a good thing. The bad side to all of that is we didn't get to spend a whole lot of time together this year covering severe weather, but you got to look at the positive of that. If we're not together, that means there's nothing to be concerned about, so that's always good. So we kick off a brand new year tomorrow, and it looks like it's going to come in with vengeance, with cold air, and yeah, I think there will be at least one, maybe two opportunities for some winter mischief from time to time during the first 2 weeks of January. So I hope that you will stay with us here on Dr. Don's Weather and allow us to keep you updated. Folks, this has been a fantastic run here at Dr. Don's Weather. We thank you for your support in 2024. Hope that you'll consider supporting us in 2025. If you own a business, we'd love to have you as a partner. That's how we continue to be able to do this. So you can support us individually or you can support us as a business. All you have to do is go to the top of the video on Facebook, bottom of the video on YouTube. You'll find numerous different ways to support us here on Dr. Don's Weather. And if you own that business and you'd like to be part of the Dr. Don family, all you have to do is send me a message on Messenger, and I'll send you a link. Only takes just a few seconds. You can get signed up, and we can have you running tomorrow morning before we do our first primetime forecast for the year 2025 here on Dr. Don's Weather. Happy New Year's, everyone.
This has been your primetime forecast for East Alabama and West Georgia. From the Alpha Weather Center, powered by Fincher Fence, Estate Masters, Southern Union State Community College, the venue at 5 Points Farms and Boondocks Barbecue and Creamery. Dr. Don's Weather is supported by the Randolph County Commission, East Alabama Waste, Southern Auction Solutions, Genesis Weight Clinic, Jimmy Stevens Construction, Anchor Roofing, the Town of Wadley, Auction 431 South, the Salem Auction House, and Bama Diesel Repair. Be sure to like us on Facebook, share us with all of your friends, and subscribe to Dr. Don's Weather on YouTube. We will be back tomorrow morning with another edition of your primetime forecast on Dr. Don's Weather.